Right now, attack ads are filling the airwaves across Georgia ahead of Election Day this coming November. Republican nominee for governor Rick Jackson has spent $87 million on advertisements. It's the largest ad buy in the general election so far. The ads were released on television and digital platforms on Saturday. And the
When Keisha
goal
Lance
is to
Bottoms
draw a
go.
sharp contrast between the billionaire healthcare executive and his Democratic opponent, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Yesterday, we went on the record with two panelists about what this flurry of ads will do for the candidates, both good and bad.
Rick Jackson is running a campaign I don't think any of us anywhere have seen before. And this ad buy gets into the living room of almost every Georgian across the state.
Voters aren't worried about this. Voters are worried about how are they affording their everyday lives. And that's what the Bottoms campaign is speaking to.
Bottoms issued a statement about Jackson's statewide spending, saying in part, Rick Jackson made $1 billion off of taxpayer-funded contracts with the state for healthcare services. Now he's trying to buy this election. At the same time, the former mayor is also looking to turn Jackson's success in the healthcare industry against him. Last week, she embarked on a healthcare tour across Southeast Georgia. She talked about bringing down the costs of healthcare and expanding Medicaid, which she says Jackson does not support.